Alright, so Caleb Williams played like garbage again, and I already know what people are going to say. They're going to say that he had a great day, he improved in a bunch of areas. And by the way, these people can't list the areas he improved in because he improved in none of them. And they'll say how he threw for 300 yards, how he had 2 touchdowns, how, oh my god, he looked great. He's the guy, he's QB1. Wouldn't be QB1 on 30 fucking NFL teams. I mean, I'd have a hard time figuring out a quarterback that, I would bench for Caleb Williams to start. I don't know. I don't know any starting quarterback. I don't think I'd just trot him out there because he doesn't look ready to play. And people will, not mention the fact he had 3 turnovers. So now he has 6 turnovers so far? Or 5 turnovers, or whatever the fuck it may be. It's a bad look. He has 5 turnovers or 6 turnovers in 3 games. And that's not a sustainable style of play. And it's just not a good look either because he threw the ball 50 times, and that's something that people are forgetting to mention as well. They say, how he got 350 passing yards. 50 of those yards came off of a Hail Mary, which didn't even get in the end zone. So that doesn't even fucking count. Those are empty yards. Those are empty stats. That play literally didn't result in a score. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. So you can take 50 yards off of his yardage total. And what do you got, 310 something? That would put him behind Hurts, I believe. I think Hurts is the second leading passer, or I don't even know who the fuck the second leading passer is. Darnold, it's not Darnold. I don't even fucking know. I didn't look. But Hurts had 300 something yards from what I just read the box score. Didn't even really bother watching that fucking game. Low scoring game. I'm actually surprised the Eagles won that one. But regardless, Caleb Williams has a far way to go. When I say far way to go, this is a guy who it's going to take a year. It's going to take the entire year for him to figure it out, which is not good because this is a team that's expected to immediately compete for a playoff spot because of how good their defense is, how good their offense looks. And I noticed something. It's very ironic that the Bears fans were hyping this team up. Oh my god, they're going to win 10, 11 games. We're going to win the division. We're going to, go to the playoffs. Yada, 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 fucking yada. And they just say a bunch of bullshit about how Caleb is a generational quarterback, a generational talent, and he's going to be the next franchise quarterback. He's going to be the first 4,000-yard passer in the history of the Chicago Bears. He's not, all right? He's not, at least not this year. Maybe in 3 fucking years he'll be the first 4,000-yard passer in the history of the Chicago Bears. But he's not going to be this year. He'll be lucky to see 3,000, honestly, because the way defenses are playing him right now, they're playing him. What they're doing is they will drop into zone coverage for the first couple of throws of the game. And they'll get him confident because they want him to be confident so he makes either a stupid mistake or his accuracy just goes out the fucking window. Because the more confident he is, the more he thinks in his own head that, oh my god, I can just rip it into any window. And he can't rip it in any fucking window because he overthrows every fucking pass when it's more than 15 yards down the field. It's ridiculous. He hit a couple over 15 yards this game, but still, he was 40-something% over 8 yards. It's just, he's not a good quarterback right now. And I don't know what people are seeing. He's the reason they're losing games. Oh, but the offensive line isn't blocking for Caleb. They're not blocking for my hero. Will Levis got fucking sacked 8 times. You don't see anybody mentioning that. Just saying Will Levis is garbage. Yeah, Levis did not really, he played okay. He had a bunch of turnovers. He leads the league in turnovers. And I think the Will Levis era is probably going to end very fucking soon within the next couple of weeks. I think that Callahan, the coach of the Titans, is going to, quite frankly, get fed up of the turnover shit and bench him in favor of Rudolph, who is safer with the football. That's what Matt Eberflus ought to do, because if this turnover fucking garbage continues with Caleb Williams, how can you, in your mind, ever think that this is a guy who needs to be starting right now, when you could go out and get a veteran quarterback or trade a late-round pick for a veteran quarterback, or maybe you put Bagent in. If Bagent looks okay, if Bagent is a game manager, you probably win every game. And because the way the defense is playing. And I know Anthony Richardson was fucking horrible. He looked like a high schooler out there. He wasn't reading coverage. All Anthony Richardson can fucking do is run. I mean, I sorely overestimated his skills. I thought maybe he'd develop into something, have a breakout second year. He's not breaking out anything. He might have breakout and fucking interceptions. He might throw 20-something fucking picks in this year, because the way he's looking, this guy's turning the ball over way too much. And so is Caleb. So are a lot of young quarterbacks. They're turning the ball over because defenses figure them out very easily. And the NFL has already adapted to Caleb's play style, of his run-around, backyard football play style, where it's one read and then start running to hope to break the coverage down to get a wide open player down the field. That's not something that is sustainable in the NFL. I don't need to fucking tell you that. I don't need to tell anybody that. But I have to sit here on my own 2 feet and say that because other people are either A, afraid to say it, or B, they think, Caleb's the generational fucking talent, and they won't admit that he has glaring flaws. And he's easy to game plan for. Okay, let's drop into zone coverage for the first half, and then the second half, let's just start blitzing him. Or let's blitz him early and often, get in his head, and he will fucking suck. The Colts were playing a lot of really soft zone coverage. They were letting him take dinky little passes because they knew later on in the drive when he had to make the hard big boy fucking throws that an NFL quarterback needs to make to succeed, he can't make those. He can't make the tight window throws. He made one deep pass the whole game. One deep pass, and it was a go route. That doesn't take skill to throw to a go route. You can just throw it up. You throw the ball up. There's no timing in a go route. There's really no anticipation in a go route. You finish your drop and then you throw it. That's literally what a go route is. It's not that fucking hard to understand. It's not like, oh, okay, right here when this guy starts planting his foot here to break, I gotta throw it to the... No, he finishes a drop and throws it. It doesn't fucking take skill. So it does take skill because you gotta have good arm strength and accuracy, but it was a good throw. I'm not trying to take away from the throw. I'm just saying people were hyping that throw up like he threw in a fucking window. He didn't throw in a window. He threw a fucking go ball. He threw a go route. There's like fucking 50 other quarterbacks that can do that, but this is the guy who's being hyped up as the biggest generational fucking quarterback ever, and they're hyping up a throw that 50 other quarterbacks in the NFL can make. Probably 60. Probably most of the backups can hit that fucking throw. And he had a couple plays where the whole running around shtick worked, but he had a lot of plays where it didn't, where he took sacks, where his pocket awareness sucks, first of all. His pocket awareness is awful. He has no pocket presence. When you compare him to any of the decent starting quarterbacks in the NFL, his pocket presence is severely lacking, to say the least. It's just not there right now, and he needs to work on it. He also needs to work on his ability to process coverage, because I swear, this dude, out of 50 attempts, he might have thrown to his first read 45 times. It's embarrassing. You'll never beat an NFL team throwing your first read that much unless your defense bails you out. And the Bears' defense was playing really well. Richardson made a lot of mistakes for the Colts, but they were balling out. They were playing really fucking well. But, at the end of the day, they're human. They're not gods. They're not the 85 fucking Bears. This isn't like, we're not talking about an all-time defense here. We're talking about a good defense in the modern era. Eventually, they're gonna, get tired and the cracks will begin to show and they'll let up points. That's how it is. You can't expect your defense to only allow fucking 10 points a game. That's an unrealistic expectation to have. And the offense has to do better. Yes, they need to get a better run game. Absolutely. The line's got to block better. The play calling, the game planning, the coaching has to be better. But also, you can't ignore the fact that Caleb Williams has to be better because he's losing the team games. He's fumbling the game away. He's throwing interceptions that are his fault. Every turnover was his fault. Every single one. The first one, it was just a boneheaded throw. He panicked and he just threw it up and it was a fucking interception. I can't even say telegraph because he didn't even look. He threw it to the left and didn't even know the guy was breaking on the fucking out route. So he threw a pick. And the next one, he threw it into tight coverage, which was essentially double coverage because there was another guy there, and it was tipped in the air and picked off. And the next one, he didn't throw it on the drop, and he loaded up to throw the football late, and he fumbled. The guy is a turnover machine, and he's not helping this team win any games. He will not help this team win any games. Because against competent defenses like the Colts, they know how to stop him. They know how to game plan for him. That's just how it is, man. And you can't say, oh, well, this person's fault that he turned over. No, it's fucking not. Every single turnover that I've seen him make so far has been his fault. He's looked fucking awful. He's not looked like a starter. He's looked like a really, really, mid-tier backup out there who, has great athletic ability and a great arm, but doesn't have the mental side of the game down yet. He still doesn't know how to read a fucking blitz. He doesn't know how to read pressure. He doesn't know how to read coverage. He throws to his first guy every play. You can't play quarterback in the NFL like that. And he was garbage again today. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.